Hello, this is Tactical Soccer. This is a turn-based sports game, a turn-based soccer game. That's not so strange when you think of it because there are turn-based sports out there such as golf, tennis, American football. First off, I guess you can tell that this menu screen is kind of plain. Look at this. I'll just go through the options quickly. There's graphics. You can make this 1920 by 1080. Thankfully, it's not its natural resolution though. Sound, music and sound effects. It has a bar, it's better than nothing. Game, blah 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 blah. I could do that if I wanted to. It's not really a graphical game, But I'm going to jump in and match and show you the gameplay. This is a match for my team. This is the very first turn. We do start off with the ball. As you can see, this is a soccer pitch, so it's like the 11 versus 11. Yes, 11 players, which means 11 turns each, and I can move every one of them in a single turn. So to start off with that, you can just click on a player who has the ball and you can pass it. He doesn't have the ball. He will pass it automatically to him because that's how kickoffs work in soccer. But then you can move with your people. You can move like that just by clicking on a spot, and the red arrow, the red spinny thing there, template sign I guess you can call it, is where that player will end up. So yellow means he will get there in the next turn. Orange means he will get there in the turn after that. I'll just do that with all my characters, all my players. Now this goes straight away. He will pass it to this spot here, and this centre back will get it. So I just have to finish the turn, and we're done. Yeah, see, I made it so he has to run onto it. That's how turns work in this game. There, now he's got it, and those two will run up. For some reason, these players, the midfield and defenders don't really run up that much on the other team unless the ball is near them, really. So right here, I've just made the centre back do a lob pass all the way to the right wing. No, why did it go on the ground? I don't understand. What did I do wrong? Well, now the other team has it, so I have to try and get in their way. I have to try and predict where the ball will be, so I can try and block the other players or just stand in the way. Alright, cool. There, so what I just did was I just tackled him. I just got in the way, and that's considered tackled. That means that that player who was tackled is stunned, and they can't do anything for one turn. This gives you a chance to run away with the ball. Every player does have their own stats, so this person you can see down the bottom left hand corner, his speed is 7, while his opponent here, which should be a left wing back or maybe a winger himself, is speed 3. So I should be able to outrun this. Yep, just. So the game does have some logic behind it. There is a fast way to select each player by pressing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and all that. There doesn't seem to be a set system in place. The goalkeeper is 1. Who's 2? I don't know what this guy is. I don't know his position. I would guess it might be a right back or something, but it doesn't say in the stats about him, which is kind of really crappy. Like 3, these are the centre backs. This looks like a left wing. So, and then it goes like that. But there are 11 players on a soccer pitch, or I guess a football field for people outside of America and Australia, and that means there's more than 10 numbers. So I press P, and what's this? P is the center midfield, maybe? The P should be the goalkeeper, because that just makes the most sense that the goalkeeper is a bit separate from all the others. There's lots of quality of life improvements like that which the game could have. So this game does seem to lack a lot of polish, or a lot of detail, I guess. So I want this guy to pass it. I'm going to have to curl it. I think I can do that on the ground. Nah, how about we... Yeah, okay. Let's do this. Oh, the pass! It curls, and he gets tackled straight away. So you probably get the basics now based on what I've shown you so far. At the top here are kind of camera views, so you can just change it like this. That's not really important though. This is where you can change your players, you can change your formation, you can change your corner kickers and things like that, your penalty takers. This is, again, pretty ugly. Look at this. Look at this. This is terrible, honestly. Alright, now that should be a long pass right to the right wing, and he'll be onside. Let's do it. Nope, he was a little bit off, but he can run onto... He can run onto it, maybe? I hope. See, now that I've just got the ball in their penalty box, I'm conflicted as to what to do. I could try and play the slow game, pass back to the midfield, pass it around until an opening pops up and I can have a shot on goal. Or I can go for the quick goal, try and go for the inside, try have strikers and midfield move up, maybe you header it in, or a quick goal to the inside post or something. But there's a problem with this game's logic. This game is a very slow game with turns. Okay, you get to control each of your characters. So what do you think I'm going to choose? What do you think the average person is going to choose? We're going to choose the fast option. The fast and, well, the fast, presumably easy option. Okay. That goalie just dived for the ball, missed it, and then got up straight away and came to attack this guy. Okay, now this guy is in a good place to shoot it. Look at this. Alright, let's curl it into the corner. I don't know if my players can curl it. I have not scored a goal in this game. Can I get it in the air? Yeah, alright. Curl it into the top left corner. No! Deflected. So you probably have a good idea now what the gameplay is like in this game. It's pretty slow and it sucks to defend. The defending phase is a lot worse than the attacking phase. Not that it's harder, it's just not as fun, of course, because you don't have the ball. But it's just that soccer, despite what some people may believe, it's a fast-paced sport. You have to be very athletic to play it because you're always running around. Even in defense, there's a lot to do. There's a lot of ways you can position yourself for an advantage. To do this movement for every single player is just too laborious for a game. I mean, you could say I do that the same in a game like XCOM, but XCOM is different because in XCOM, one player can make all the difference. It's not a team game in that while you can have soldiers at the front, you can have soldiers also go around and flank the other team. In this, that's not so important. You need players pushing forward. One player in this can't just dribble around everyone unless you are very lucky and you don't get tackled. I think this turn-based system would fit if it was just on one player. So the goalkeeper, or just pick any player you want really. Have the AI control the 10 other players and have your player, which you can have a career with, just go through it step by step by step. That sounds a lot more fun, doesn't it? I mean, I think that sounds a lot more fun. Because this system just doesn't work. There's a lot of points in this game where I just kept on tackling the ball and the other team kept doing the same thing. Like most of the time I couldn't figure out who had it. I had to zoom into the players just to see where the ball was. Or see which player could actually pass the ball instead of just tackle. I even saw that the players were inside the same frame as each other, so they didn't have the same collision. It sucks to see that. See, I think this system would work a lot better for Australian rules football because when this happens, when the ball is just tied up like this, or even rugby, rugby has a scrum. In Australian rules football, they have a throw up. The ref throws it up in the air and the players have to jump up and push it back to their team, just like the start of each basketball quarter. But there are no throw up or scrums in soccer. There's just a lot of this awkwardness. There are no official players, like these all have very generic names such as Colin, Williams, Wilkins and stuff. As for the players, I don't really know what position they play except for defense, midfield or attack or goalkeeper obviously. No one plays a winger position or anything. They have to, well, I have to base that off of their stats. Honestly, a big problem with this game I've found is that I can't exit out of it. Right now I'm pressing escape. Nothing works. I can go here. Now, do I want to do this? I could save it. Sure, why not? Blah, blah, blah. Save. Now, I can go... Now, go into the main menu makes sense. Leave this match and return to the main menu. Sure. Okay, so if I want to go back into that match, I have to select it. Right? And you start off straight where you finished. So there's no way to forfeit a match, which I think is really needed for this type of game because the matches just go far too slow sometimes. And there's no way to change the options. Such as before, I was having problems with the sound. I wanted to change it down, and I just couldn't. I couldn't. So this is what I had to do. I had to create another save. This play here, this was an exhibition match. Alright, the ball's out of play. I just gave up with this team because this 10 minutes actually took probably 20 minutes in game. I burnt my dinner in this match. I burnt my dinner because I didn't realize that this was actually 45-minute rounds. And 45 minutes in a turn-based games isn't 45 minutes. 45 minutes is more something like 2 freaking hours. Okay, so these 10 minutes took me at least 20 minutes. So I just ended up rage quitting. I couldn't forfeit the match. I couldn't finish it, even if it was an exhibition match. I had to go back to the menu and start a new save, just like that. And exit game does not mean you forfeit the match. Exit game means you exit the full game. Or it crashes like that. So overall, it sounds like I hate the game. It sounds like I really hate it. And I don't. I like these games because these type of games drive the industry forward. They make other developers rethink their strategy as to how games can be played. Like, when was the last time you've seen a soccer game which is turn-based? I haven't, but I've played heaps of soccer games, football games. And I always wondered what would have happened if I had great reaction time in those type of games. Could I make the players go where I wanted to in that game? Could I pass it the right way and everything? In this game, you can. But everything is such a slow pace in this. What I would have liked to see would be, I hate it in XCOM, but a percentage chance. So if I tried to hit a long ball in a certain area, then I would have liked to have a certain percentage, like what's the odds that it will hit in that area directly. And there was nothing like that. There seems to be a lot of polish which seem like easy fixes, such as the music looping in this menu screen, or position mentioned in the player's stats on the main screen. Those are small things, but they help a lot in this type of game. And the problem is that this game isn't in early access, so I don't know if this game will be patched with those seemingly easy fixes. I like XCOM, I like turn-based games, and I like sport games. A turn-based sport game, I don't really believe this is the right sport for it. I'm glad I got a chance to play it and try it out, because I've always wondered what this type of game could be like. And I don't really know how to improve it, except for maybe have a timer for each turn. So a countdown timer, like you have to try and move everyone within the 1 minute or something like that. That could be interesting. It would definitely increase the pace of the game, but I could see it causing a lot of headaches, and it won't really be tactical if you try and rush it too much. Then the name would have to be changed to Stressful Soccer. This game is currently on sale, which is 15% off, which is $8.50 US dollars. Try it out, and if you like this type of game, then I'd like to hear your opinion on it. But I've been the £1,000 Pig, and thanks for watching, and hope you hang around for the next one.